anyways, I was just trying to see if there's something else. John says, can you use the same syndication network and RYS stack for a subdomain? Sure, you can. I mean, think about it. If you have let's just assume that you're going to put WordPress on a subdomain, it's going to have its own RSS feed, right? So you can use that. I mean, again, you want to, if it's going to be the same brand and everything, there's no reason to have a separate syndication network if it's the same brand. What I've talked about in the past is, for example, let's say you've got a multi-location local business that you're working with. Then what I like to do for multi-location businesses is have the root domain. So the, companyname.com, for example, would be the root domain. And that's basically like generic info about the company, their products and services, about them, that kind of stuff. But if they have multiple locations, then each location will get its own subdomain WordPress installation. And then each one of their individual subdomains, or locations, which has its own subdomain site, has its own RSS feed and all that kind of stuff. But I like to blog from the root domain, or my, have my team blog from the root domain and set up I always talk about having, we talk about theme mirroring, but you mirror the category structure to match the location. So in other words, you would create a category for each location, and then you can actually publish blog posts from the root domain that syndicate out to the syndication network. And you just make sure that they're placed within the proper location-based category, if that makes sense, so that you can do all of your link building to your subdomain through the content that's published to your root domain blog. That's one way to do it, because now you have all these different locations, but you're feeding content from one source, which would be your root domain. However, you could do it the other way around, where you have one branded syndication network, and you have each individual subdomain publishing content from their specific locations, but into the branded syndication network. Reason why we do that is because there's no reason to have multiple branded syndication networks out there. That could actually get you in trouble for being a footprint, unless you made them like location specific, or, in this case, it could be topical specific subdomain syndication networks. But all of that becomes more complicated and it's unnecessary. Try to get results with the least amount of effort is always what we say, right? So having one branded syndication network that you syndicate all the content from that brand to is in my opinion, the best route to go. And then you would only add additional syndication networks if needed. And as long as you know how to structure that properly to where you're not going to cause any problems. So the short answer is yes, you can, and you should be using the same if it's for the same brand.